LEGO Western is without a doubt one of my favorite retro themes. While the property only lasted for 2 years, LEGO was successful in creating a fantastic Western world, made up of bandits, cowboys, cavalry soldiers, Native Americans, and a legendary sheriff. Additionally, LEGO provided fans with a plethora of fantastic location sets, giving builders the ability to create their own Native American camp, Western town, and of course their own cavalry base, with Fort Lego Rado. However, there's one important thing missing from LEGO's Wild West theme, that being a train. From afar, the lack of a train may seem unimportant. After all, the 16 sets released all had a significant role in creating this Western world. But what if I told you that a prototype for a Western-style train existed? A set that, if released, could have truly cemented this theme in history as LEGO's best non-evergreen property. Without further ado, let's talk about the lost LEGO Western set. Before we can jump into this Western train prototype, I thought it would be appropriate to provide you all with a brief history of LEGO Western trains. In 1976, LEGO provided fans with Set 726, Western Train. Had it been released just a couple of years later, this set could have been much better, as unfortunately, this build hit shelves just 2 short years before the modern minifigure was introduced. LEGO fans wouldn't see another Wild West train again until 2010, with the Western Train Chase build, a Toy Story 3 set. 3 years later, LEGO finally released a train within a Western theme, with the Constitution Train Race, a Lone Ranger set that I am proud to own. And more recently, LEGO was gearing up to release a Western train later in 2025, with the Bricklink designer program Wild West Train. Getting back to this lost LEGO Western set, all we have to confirm the existence of this prototype is this simple image, which shows 2 trains. These builds would have been a clear upgrade over the Western train released in the 1970s. Not only with the inclusion of the modern minifigure, but with an improvement with both the overall build technique and color palette. Also in this image is a Buffalo prototype, a mold that we sadly never saw. Of course, I have to ask the question, could this image be fake? That is something I have considered, due to the fact that I have been unable to find the commercial or catalog that this image comes from. But at the same time, with all the amazing trains LEGO was releasing throughout the 1990s, it doesn't shock me that some designers would be up for the challenge of creating a proper Western train. After all, trains play an important role in the story of the Wild West, both in history and in culture, with their appearances in a variety of movies. Why wouldn't LEGO try making one for Western? As shocking as it sounds, I think the reason why no train was ever released was because trains did not fit within what LEGO wanted their Western line to look like. After all, this property was centered around location sets. Sure, we may have gotten Western trains with the Toy Story 3 and Lone Ranger themes, but it's crucial to remember that those were licensed themes, with the sets based on scenes in the movies. Besides, at this time, LEGO was busy releasing a plethora of train sets, and perhaps they wanted to prevent the Western property from morphing into a theme dominated by trains. While I can understand LEGO's reason for not releasing a train, the fact that we have a prototype image does frustrate me. It would be one thing to ask the "what if we got a train" question randomly, but the fact that a prototype exists does make me a little sad. This lost LEGO Western set could have cemented LEGO Western in history as LEGO's best unlicensed non-evergreen theme, and could have also resulted in LEGO continuing Western for 1 more year. But for better or worse, that never happened.